You see me with the hang time, Ari with the hang time. Pretty nails. Hold on, I'm like covering this camera. Okay, so I don't have my, what's it called? My tripod, you know, the thing that holds the camera up. For now, we're just gonna be doing this like this. I look naked, but I'm not naked. You know me. The text messages I get. Yo. So, you see me? I look on my camera. Hold on. It's not a catfish. Hold on, it's a glare. Basically, we're gonna get into this, okay? Long hair for the win on them hoes. Hey. Okay, so I'm Ari, Guap, Ace, whatever I go by. Titties. So, hey, let me come closer to sitting on this chair. I do look naked. Okay, so I really go by Ace. That's what I prefer. So let's get into it. So there's a lot of things I be wanting to talk about when it comes to this dancing shit. Since a lot of people don't know much, and I feel like I'm gonna be the girl to tell y'all what's good, what's not good, wrong from right. But at the same time, we all do our own things, and you all need to learn your own lessons by yourself. You feel me? So we're gonna get into it. So basically, like, I work Thursdays to Sundays. I really don't do weekdays. Besides, you know, like I said, Thursday and Friday. But I consider Friday the weekend. So I'm really not a weekday person, and it's really because, you know, I have kids, and I feel like during the week I should be with my kids, give them all of me in time to see their mommy, and we get to and it gives me my downtime. 2 times you get to relax, no drinking, you just basically like a detox. So I give myself, you know, at least a good 3 days off, and during those 3 days, you know, the stuff I do on the side, if you know, you know. So don't gotta yell it all over YouTube, but if you know, you know. But I would put some lip gloss on for this little video, because, you know, why not? We can go get some lip gloss. Or we can put some, no. Just gonna put some on so y'all can see how voluptuous and sweetness they look. And how good they look with their red. I like Ace, and, you know, sometimes people call me Guap. I'm really Guap at my other club because I guess they have an Ace. I've never met her, never seen an Ace. So I think it's really bullshit. Ace. So you get a dance name, you figure out your dance name, you can stick with that, whatever. Yeah, so I prefer my real name. Sometimes when I tell people, I say Ari, and I think they think that's my dance name, but it's just all depends on what you want to do, like I said. So basically, it all starts also too, you have to pay to work. A lot of people ask me this, and I'm like, it's crazy that they think that you get to go work for free. Baby, how do you think these clubs make their money? We work. We have to pay to work. Some clubs even have it to where they have if you don't work a slow night, you have to pay double on the weekends. Now my club, I usually have to pay double because, like I said, I don't really work on the weekdays. If I do, it's only once in a blue moon, and that's if I'm feeling risky to go gamble some money, because on the weekdays it's kind of a gamble, and I don't have time for that. So I don't want to take a gamble, because even Thursdays be a gamble for me. So I really don't have time to be taking a whole bunch of gambles. Like I said, I have kids. I'm not from here. So I live in Atlanta. So I live in Atlanta. I'm from Rochester, New York. And I don't ever want to have to move back home. So I play it safe and do what I'm supposed to money-wise when it comes to these clubs, to where I'll never fall short, you know, like realistically, because, you know, and like they're just so. Now my paper, you know, my millions, they real good, but, you know, just saying realistically. Coming on YouTube trying to do weekend. I'm gonna come on here with y'all, giving y'all the real deal, what it's like working in a club, and it's the baddies, whatever. I'm gonna come to you straight up and let you know it ain't always a good day and it ain't always a bad day. And if you know how to play it safe and you know how to make some money, you always gonna know how to make you some money at the end of the goddamn day. Okay, when I first started, I'm gonna tell y'all my whole dance journey. So when I first started dancing, I was probably like 19, 20 years old, maybe really 20 years old. I think 20. So I moved to Atlanta from Rochester. I used to be a lash tech. I used to do eyelashes full time, made a bunch of money off of doing lashes, and that's why I had, you know, a good amount of bread to move from where I'm from down here. So I started dancing, and when I was small, really, really small, I was working at Diamond Club, and I was very, very skinny at this time. So no body, no titties, no none of that. Now, one thing I could really say about dancing in a club and being skinny, it is very hard. Especially me, I picked all hood clubs to go to. Now, big booties in them clubs, okay? Thick thighs save lives. Hits for days. So, one thing I can say about it is being a skinnier, slimmer female sometimes can be harder in the type of clubs I work at. So whatever works for you, like if you work at you know, they call it the white clubs, and the clubs where, you know, they don't really do all that twerking, they're more of a VIP room type of girls. I don't do that because I don't judge girls off of doing that, but that's just like, I don't want nobody to think that's the type of stuff I do when it comes to dancing. I strictly just dance. I don't do none of that stuff. The clubs I work at don't even have VIP rooms. So yeah, I don't do stuff like that. Now, I don't judge people that do stuff like that. Do you, boo? But I don't do stuff like that. And if I did work at a club with VIP, baby, I don't get down like that. There's certain people you can try, and there's certain people you cannot try, and I'm one of them you cannot try. Everybody is different. Every club we work at is different. I preferably never worked at a white club, and that's more because it's just not me, and they don't really hire me at those kind of clubs because I have all the tattoos. Like more slim petite girls. They like girls that don't really have the more bare skin. So really my only option really is a hood club, but I fit in because I love hood and they love the type of female that what I look like. So when it comes to me making money, it's very easy, and I make a bag. So whatever floats your boat is what you do in this world. So in this life. So it's different for everybody, you know. So I always try to tell girls, like, it's really up to you and what you're comfortable with. And back to my story, I worked at Diamond Club for a little bit, blah, 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 blah. I was really skinny, making my money, but it was hard. It was really hard for me to make money, and I can't act like it was. I had more worse days than good days, and I used to go home crying all the time. I'm very upset because I'm like, I know I didn't come out to Atlanta to not be able to make no money. I know I'm pretty in the face. I've always been pretty in the face, but I know it's more for me. You feel me? I know. So, you know, I ended up going back home for a little bit so I could figure everything out and figure what I really wanted to do, run up my money again. And basically, you know, I moved to Houston instead. So instead of going back to Atlanta, I moved to Houston. Now, I had already started getting work done, like, you know, shots and stuff on my body. I do have shots. I don't have surgery. I have shots. The only surgery I do have is these big things. So, and I got these almost 2 years ago now. And I started getting shots when I went back home after, you know, I said Atlanta really didn't work out for me the first time. So I started my journey with shots. And you can ask 1,000 questions like, were you scared? Were you this? Were you that? Hell no, I was not scared. I was at the point where I was like, I need some ass. And I didn't want a BBL, and I don't have silicone in my I really wasn't worried. So I'm like, okay, cool. Let me start getting some work done because I know I want to make it in another city, and I know working a real job is not going to be beneficial for me because I'm so used to making fast money. Remember, I said I did lashes and I did nails. So I'm used to a fast pace of money. I make my own money 24/7 by myself. I'm not used to going to a job and punching in, clocking in, and especially down south, the pay is even cheaper or less or whatever it is that you can't even, I don't even know how people survive working real jobs and can pay $1,800 rent. We ain't even gonna get into that. But yeah, I moved to Houston and I started working at a club called Onyx Houston. Yee, shout out to Onyx. Y'all fired me, but I had a time and I made a fired from there because they said, and I quote, "We're tired of you thinking that you can leave whenever you feel like it." Okay, the clubs in Atlanta, you can do that. So it was experience. Onyx was very weird. Okay, it was a great club because there was during the pandemic, 2020. Had a little PPP loans, and we was out here making a bag. You feel me? Throwing that shit every day, getting 10, 12,000, 20,000 racks, spending it. Okay, we believing out that so much money every night. So I remember one night I left out with like 6 bands, like, and I wasn't even as thick as I am now because I had just started my journey. So when I moved to Houston, that's when I really started getting my work done. I started getting my work done. So I started getting work done, and you know, I got to the point where my enough for me at the time, and I had no boobs still. It was just that. So at that point, like I said, I still had the face. I didn't really think I was cute because now I think I'm gorgeous. Before it was cool, you feel me? But it is what it is. I guess I look good. So when I worked out there, I made a lot of money, and I was able to get my body shape how I wanted to for the clubs. And I ended up getting more and more and more butt. And then I had been wanting my boobs done. So I probably booked my titties almost like 3 years ago. And I kept getting medical issues every time I was trying to go to get them done. So I kept having to postpone it because they'd have to reschedule it because something would be wrong with me every time. So when I did that, it made me feel really bad at the time because I'm like, damn, am I ever gonna get my boobs done? Like, everyone has their boobs done, and I'm like, damn, I keep telling people I'm getting my boobs done, and they probably think I'm some bull. I really did like have everything planned, scheduled, paid for, and I could not get it done. So when I finally went, it was like in May of 2021, and I got my boobs done, and yes, like I looked so good in the club after. Like first of all, I was already confident without the boobs, but when I got them, I was super, super confident because my body looked so good, and on top of that, I had this bomb banging. That was a full package. Hair on fleek, tattoos on fleek, body on fleek. And then one thing about me, my style has always been so different in the club. I don't wear the same heels as all the other girls. I don't wear the same outfits as other girls. I was going in there with Harley Quinn outfits up where you could see my body. I had Yoda outfits, Grogu outfits, same person. Like, I really, what do they call it? My aesthetic. It was different when it comes to the club. Like, I probably wear some like this, like, but white, you know, at white clubs they probably will wear some like this too. Like, I really wear different things to where not that only I stick out, but it fits me. You feel me? I like to do stuff that is gonna fit me. So for me, everything fit me. So one thing I could say when you're working in a club, and I'm sorry, one thing about me, my stories might be sounding like they're going everywhere, because they are. But this is my first time doing this, so that's just how I am. This is how I talk. I go from story to story to story to story, but it all fits into one, okay? And I talk with my hands a lot. Nails by me, by the way. My big old nose. So, one thing I can say is if you're a female going into the strip club, always be yourself, okay? I am always myself, 24 motherfucking. That's all I can motherfucker. Like right now, my voice, I'm not even being myself though. I'm lying right now because my voice is sounding real girly, knowing that I really sound like a dude. But yeah, so always be yourself. Like when you be yourself, more people will like you. And that's not like I'm saying like I care about that because I don't give two fucks. I come into the club to go make my money and go home and take care of these kids. Okay, and I'm trying to make that money that will fund into a business, fund into this, fund into that. I'm not worried about playing. I'm not worried about having friends in there. This is not motherfucking high school. We're grown as It's time to get our out the strip club as well. Okay. So yeah, always be yourself because at the end of the day, that's why I feel like I've never had any problems also in the club because I've always been myself. So it's like if a like me, it's because it's weird. All about how you carry yourself in the club. And my titties are so don't be like, why is one titty all sagging and one sitting up? Don't talk about me because only I can talk about me and laugh at myself. So yeah, all I can say is it's different in the clubs. It's very different. And I always want to tell girls to be themselves. Always be yourself, because that's how I carry myself in the club, and this is why I make the money I make, and because I'm always myself. I have customers that come and grab me. I have customers, they like, you look so different. You're so pretty. I love your tattoos. I love the way your body looks. And someone be like, I don't even care for girls that have their body done, but you look so good, and and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, it's like, it made me feel good sometimes, because it's like, oh, damn, me just being me is what people and I like that, because it's like, it be some girls that try so hard to fit in, to be somebody they're not. They will go so hard, like some will go broke trying to fit in so bad to fit in with the club aesthetic. And it's like, even on the outside, the strip club, stripper look. Like, be you, boo. Be you, babes. Be you. Because guess what? This be wearing the same outfits to go to work. Not like, my strip club outfits, like dancer outfits, but I mean like going into work, because I'm going into work. I can wear sweatpants going into work. I don't give a I'm not going nowhere when I get off of work. I get off at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, taking my to bed. Be yourself, Don't feel like you have to be somebody else to work in a strip club. Always be yourself. Because when you see me, you're always going to see me working by myself, and you're always going to see me making money by myself. Now, if you ever see me like in any kind of section or anything like that, it's either because I know they're going to spend a lot of money, or for two, it's a slow night, and since I can't make money on my own walking around, I will go find a section. But other than that, I prefer to work dolo, because I like to leave and go home at the end of the night. So I rather get my own bags by myself, which sometimes is easier and better because you make more, and go home, where I don't have to sit here and count a bag all night at work. I just get my money and I go home at the end of the night, and nobody knows what I make, because guess what? I got my own bags. So when you get in sections, they're fucking hound dogs, and you so rich, you ain't acting like it. But yeah, so the club life is a crazy life. It's crazy, and it's like you can get really sucked into the club. Like, it's probably some that have been working at the clubs for like 10-15 years, and I think that's crazy, because I also feel like we make so much that you need to start investing it into stuff that's better. You feel me? We make too much. You see how my stories are going to different but yeah, like, okay. Let me get back into what I was talking about before. So I started getting my body and work done to my body or whatever. And I'm not gonna lie. Once I started getting my body done and stuff, still the funds fund in. All I can say is, and be honest about, is when you do look a certain way, it is easier to make money in the club. And that's just being honest and being real. Like, life got easier when I got my body done. All that how I was crying before about having always a bad day or not being able to make this, make that, baby, I wasn't doing that no more. I was having, we always, sometimes you're gonna have a slow night, but for the most part, I'm always making me some money when I go to work. So it's really good. Like, at least the least maybe 5. For me, a really bad day, or where I'll be upset, like $400, $500. So like last night I made 5 at 60. I probably made more because I had to tip out everybody. So I probably made almost like 6. But at the end of the day, I had to tip everybody, tip everybody out or whatever. You have to tip everybody, house mom, DJ. If the club has sweepers, you tip the sweepers. I had tip security. You have tip security at this one club. It's just, every club is different too, where you work, of how they work. Some clubs won't even really care if you really, I used to be sneaking off, not really tipping a bunch of people. I always tip the house mom. And yeah, and sometimes I wouldn't tip a DJ, because I don't go on stage. I know how to do some pole tricks. I know how to do that shit, but I'm very nervous when it comes to going on stage. I have like social anxiety bad. So for me, the strip club, that's why I said I had to really get into it, because I have really bad social anxiety. I know I'm very pretty. Yes, I do. I love the way I look, but it's like, I don't like a lot of people staring at me at one time. And when you go on stage, it's a lot of people staring at you. And like I said, yes, I know I look good. Yes, it's just, yes. But it's not the same to me when people are staring at you like hound dogs. And and sometimes I be drunk for the most part, so I don't know if they're looking at me in a good way or a bad way. So that's where I start getting super nervous. So stage is a no for me. I'm more of just a floor girl. Now I know if I went on stage, you make so much money. Girl, if you went on stage, stop being so scared. You look so good. You look good. I know. I know. I know. But yeah. So it was supposed to be a story time, but I don't even feel like getting into a story time because I worked at so many clubs. Just know that basically I started off a very skinny. I'm a very thick, big body bitch, but it's a glow up. It's a process. It's a lot of money put into my body. It's a lot of money put into a lot of stuff. I also got my teeth done. Ting! I got these in, I think I got my teeth done in 2020. And I got them redone in 2021. And I went from resin to porcelain veneers by Hollywood Perfect Smile in Hollywood, Florida. Ting! I'm one of their influencers. I love them. For real. I got my lips done. And then I ain't gonna lie, lip fillers are really like addicting, but I've only ever gotten like one syringed. I got my lips done, teeth done, my titties done, and my done, and that was it. And nothing with like no lipo. The waist is real, okay? Yeah. Yeet. Everything is so discombobulated in this shit. Yeah. All I can say is if you're going to be a dancer or want to be a dancer, I believe in investing into your body, because that's where I was trying to get to. Is I believe in investing into your body. Now, everyone doesn't want to get their body done and look like every other girl in the world. But like I said, I don't feel like I look like every other girl in the world, because it all goes down to also my personality. Not every bitch like me, okay? And yeah, it's not. It's just the way I carry myself as a person. I always get a billion and one compliments also at the club about how I carry myself and my energy, my personality. So always be yourself when it comes. Always be your mother about to windmill a bit. Always be yourself when it comes to the club, okay? People will respect you more, and I feel like it's just easier to make money when you are yourself. I will never go in there trying to be like somebody else, and I think that's why I've gotten so far in life, period. Ting, because I'm just me, and you're either gonna like it, and if you don't, we're not meant to be together. We're not meant to be in each other's lives. We're not meant to even be around each other, and that's just simple. Get that bag, it's really easy. It's really easy. So the number one things I wanted to teach you in this little video: you don't need no friends in the strip club. Now, when I go to every club, everybody does say hi to me. I am like, not saying I'm known, but I know a lot of people. So a lot of girls know who the fuck I am. So if you ever see me in a strip club, you do see a lot of people come up to me. Hey boo, hey boo, hey. That's because I've been dancing for a couple years. I know a lot of people, and I'm very friendly. So it's just like, I don't have problems in the club because I'm cool as hell. So don't have any friends. For 2, always be yourself in the club. For 3, it's okay to invest in your body if you want to be a dancer. You don't have to OD, but just do a little bit. But investing is okay. If you don't want to, you want to be a natural girl, do you, boo? There's nothing wrong with that. But like I said, for me personally, because I know, and I can really say I personally been through it. If I knew I was going to be dancing for some time, not like forever, but I knew I was going to be in this. So I went and invested in my body. Now you'd be like, oh my God, you invested in your titties looking like that? Told y'all. If you follow me on Instagram, you know what happened to my boobs, okay? So other than that, do you. Go in the club carefree. Go in there every night, always positive too. I always go with a positive mindset, because I went last night with a very positive mindset, and it was very slow. But I was almost at the point where I wanted to go home, pay my extra money to leave early and go home. And guess what? In the luck of God, somebody came up to me like, hey, my boyfriend, my man want to dance to you. It looked like he got like 500 ones. But when they throw it, sometimes it goes everywhere. And then for 2, they don't always give you a full $100 in when you get ones, be like $80 or $90, for the most $90. So you don't get the full thing. But yeah, I made my money last night and I was happy because, like I said, it was a slow night for me. I only made $560, but I was very thankful because I was going to be going home with like $160 before that, and I paid $150 to work, and I bought a $30 outfit, and I bought a $15 shot. So if you add all that, that's what I'm saying, working in the club, all that adds up. If I paid $150 to work, $30 for an outfit, that's $180. $15, $20 for a shot, boom, we had $200. Now I gotta make $200 back plus whatever, or if you pay, if you paid for a ride to get there too, add that into your total. So everything has to make sense when you're in the club, because if not, you're just over here taking L's. And I'm the type where I have to pay attention and take heed of that, because I can't be in the club just playing around. For one, I'm too grown. For two, I'm a mother of three. It gotta make sense. And some people just don't care about that, but I do. And that's why my money is the way it is compared to other people. Be smart when you're in this game. Be very smart, because it can suck you up and eat your goddamn ass. Suck your dry and spit your ass out. Okay? But I've gotten so accustomed to where I just make my money and go home that it's easy for me, because I'm just not out here wilding out, babies. I'm doing right, and I'm investing my money into the right as well. So be smart when you're in the club, because guess what? If not, you're gonna be looking like the rest of these been in the game 10, 15 years. Like, move over and give us young chance now, okay? Let us in, because I'm not trying to be in this forever. I think I'm gonna be out the game before somebody been in there 15 years before my okay? Because I have plans. And always, last thing I'm gonna say, because my story was supposed to be about my dance journey and it went to like 10 different things. Have a plan. If you're a dancer, you're coming into this strip life, have a plan of when you want to start, when you want to be done. I can't tell y'all when I'm gonna be done, because I never had a plan from the beginning, but know when you want to be done. Like, I guess I do. I always say I want to at least stop by the time I'm 26. I'm going to be 25 this year, and I want to be done by the time I'm 26. And I can't really say I've been dancing for like 6 years or 5 years, 4 years. Like right now, I can't say it's been 4 years. Like I said, I started at 20, but I stopped so many times. Like my full consistent year of dancing was probably when I was in Houston. And then I even had a baby, so I stopped for over 9 months, and I was in a relationship as well. So I wasn't dancing. I stopped dancing for a very long time. So I can't even be like, oh, I've been dancing 4 years. I really probably only been dancing, like consistently dancing like 2 years. So, but I've gotten so used to it. I'll dance for 4 months, stop for a long ass time, come back to the club, dance again for a long time, and then stop again. So I'm trying to get to the point, like my last time I thought I was really done dancing, because I was in a relationship with my son's father, had a baby, blah 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 blah. I was like, okay, I'm done. And then I left the relationship, and I basically went back to the club, because I'm just like, gotta do what you gotta do. So yeah, be smart, ladies, when it comes to this, because we don't want to be in it forever. We don't want to be them old hags that hate on all the young and we just don't want to do that. I hate to see that for our generation. Get your money and spend it correctly, and do what you're supposed to do for you and your kids. And if you don't got no kids yet, spend it correctly. Just because you don't have kids, don't be like, oh, I don't gotta do this, I don't gotta do that. Invest it into matters, okay? And you will be a successful stripper, and we're gonna be lit. I would do some more stripper videos though, like actually like come to work with me videos, meet the girls. I'm gonna actually sit down and maybe put some girls in a video so you guys can really see the perspective from different girls. So we finna do this. We finna be lit.